Steve, all I have to do is hear McCabe, Sullivan, and the rest of these idiots saying, Kash will be horrible for the FBI. We don't want him. I want him more when I hear it coming out of their mouths. How about you?
That's a ringing endorsement to my ears as well. I mean, you take Andy McCabe, who was sandwiched between James Comey and Christopher Wray because he was for a time the acting director of the FBI. So you have James Comey, who ran an off-the-books honeypot operation in Donald Trump's campaign for president, and then sent agents over to the White House to go and entrap Mike Flynn. You had Andy McCabe, who headed the Crossfire Hurricane Russia investigation, where they lied on FISA wiretaps in order to spy on Donald Trump. And then you have Christopher Wray, who hid and censored social media from finding out about the Hunter Biden laptop, not to mention the fact that his agency has put 90-year-old concentration camp survivors in prison for praying outside of an abortion clinic. It's hardly a politically nonpartisan organization at this point. And the fact that Kash Patel has rooted out this sort of ne'er-do-wells, the fact that he went after those Russia people from his post on Devin Nunes's committee, and now he's actually wearing his biases on his sleeve. It's actually quite refreshing to me. He's transparent about that, and he's really serious about getting rid of the deep state. I would love nothing more than to see the headquarters building, the Hoover building, turned into a museum to the deep state.
Oh, and didn't they just get, with Rhino's help, didn't they get approved to build a new building for the FBI just a few months ago? Is that going to go through, or can Trump and Congress, now that we're in charge of all three branches, actually stop that funding and not build a new fancy building for the FBI? Because I'm sorry, they don't need it.
Well, the new fancy building, that's double the size of the Pentagon. The funding was approved for that with the help of the House GOP. Thank you very much, GOP.
Yeah.
But there's an existing building in Huntsville, Alabama. It's $2.5 billion facility, Redstone Arsenal. That was intended to be the actual new headquarters of the FBI, but the mucky mucks at the 7th floor of the Hoover building didn't like the idea of living in the South. They thought that sounded too yucky, and they fought to get a new building, which was approved. Construction has not started on it. There was a, shocker, conflict of interest for picking of the site of that.
Sure.
So this has been pushed pause, and hopefully we can peel back those funds and actually peel back the size of headquarters in general. It needs to be maybe a few dozen people. And outside of that, why don't you get to work? Go investigate crime.
Yeah.
Go and protect the American people against fraud and force.
So I take it that you think Kash is going to clean house, and this is amazing for the American people.
I'm on board with that. Look, if short of it being dissolved, I think Kash Patel is the one shot that we have. He's definitely going to take up things like eliminating the quota system that exists for opening a certain number of cases and arresting a certain number of people so that bonuses can go around to the senior executives. He's going to get rid of the intelligence branch, which just spies on the American people. Going to bring back merit-based hiring practices. No longer are we going to do the DEI
Amen.
or the 30 by 30 initiative. Let's just get capable people in there. People who actually take the oath seriously, people take the training seriously, and just want to do the job of protecting the American people against terrorists, against bank robbers, against violent criminals. Those are the sorts of things that American people would request of the FBI. It's premier law enforcement agency, self-anointed.